Let's discuss today the dangers of seeking to walk according to the commands of the Torah. This is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day 1 of Mishpatim, judgments, and this begins a long list of decrees of jurisprudence, legal decrees that would enable the judges of Israel to decide their court cases. When we read this one verse, chapter 21, verse 1, it says, "These are the right rulings which you are to set before them." We're going to just pause right there, and you would think, what can you get out of just that? There's a lot to be said here. In the Hebrew, there is a letter that is included that is not translated in most English translations, and that's the word ve'ele ha-mishpatim, which means that va in the front means and these are the judgments. So it should be, and these are the right rulings, and the scripture's translation here, it's not there. The important word "and" suggests to us that everything that follows, indeed the rest of the Torah, if you will, is based upon the foundation of what has just previously been given, which are the 10 words. Many societies have founded their concept of what justice is based on these 10 words, often called and referred to as the 10 Commandments. So the idea that you shouldn't steal or kill or covet someone else's property so much as to take it, to have dishonor toward your parents, all of those things, even our relationship with our Creator, is founded upon what is contained in the previous chapter, chapter 20. The importance of this is not just these foundational decrees that have been given then in chapter 20, but it's this fact, and that is that Yah and His Word are inseparable. The understanding is that what Yah has done in giving us the Torah, founded upon chapter 20, is that He has not only revealed His will for us, but also His very essence. And that is that Yah is found in His heart, His character, His makeup, if you will. The very essence of His being is revealed to us in the words of the Torah. He is giving us Himself. So there is this understanding then that to read the Torah, to study it, to begin to implement it in our life, is to embrace our Creator and not only try to obey Him, but see Him revealed to us so that we know Him. There is this principle, and it's a very important principle, and if you need to pause and rewind and write this down, please do so. And that's this: when Yah seeks to have fellowship with those who draw near to Him, He does not lessen His own set apartness to do so, but rather He elevates those whom He calls. I'll read that again. When Yah seeks to have fellowship with those who draw near to Him, He does not lessen His set apartness to do so, but rather He elevates those whom He calls. Going into the Torah, the first 5 books, and delving in, and not just reading the narratives, but trying to understand the particular exhaustive details of the Torah. Yes, it can be overwhelming when you get into the measurements of the tabernacle and all of the fine, detailed blueprints about how certain things are to be made and woven and so forth, and the colors. It can be a little exhaustive. And when you read in the book of Leviticus about the particulars of all of the offerings, you cut it this way, you offer this portion, you save that portion, you burn the other. you would wonder, what in the world am I reading and why is this important to me in my life? It's all there. And Yah is revealing the essence of his being to us and all of that. You have to be willing then to read it with that journey in mind. It's not just remember facts and measurements. It's realizing this is him. And as I read this, I am absorbing him. So as he has revealed himself to us, herein is the danger, that we skim the surface and that we only digest that which is immediately at the top. We start taking very small bites. The Torah is supposed to be a feast in which we eat until we can eat no more, but then have a hunger to come back and feast again. But you can casually read through and just systematically go through it and only take the nuggets that you find, only the wow factors. And when wow factors are not being offered to you, you kind of sit back with the arms folded and saying, tell me something interesting. I'm done with the details. I'm done with the story narratives. I've heard it before. This is the same thing we studied last year. Don't you have anything new? It is the westernized mind, the Greco-Roman mind, that Rav Shaul ran into at Mars Hill, where they only gathered to hear something new and titillating to their mind and ears. And so when he showed up and began to tell them about the one true Elohim, it was something they'd never heard before. Did it rock their world? It intrigued them. It gave them something to discuss for a few days, but I dare say it didn't change their lives. You can read and study the Torah. You can implement the commands. You can do all of the feast days and change your diet and memorize text and facts and figures about the tabernacle, and you can even build you a replica. But it won't change you. Not until you began to see Yeshua start standing up in the pages. When you turn the page, there is a new revelation of Yeshua that is a bit more in depth and is based upon the foundation of what you've already read. As you continue to read, Yeshua's revelation to you should begin to be more clear, be stronger, more influential, more life-giving, more light-bringing. If we're reading the Torah, if you've gone through Torah cycles before, if you've studied this, if you've been watching 10-minute Torah for years, this is the 6th year that I've been doing this teaching. If you go back and you rewind and you watch the previous editions, but it doesn't change your life, you're listening to words. You may have developed the habit, well, let's see what Barry's got to offer today. And you're listening for something edgy, something new, something you hadn't heard before, something you can go, you hadn't thought about that before. If that's all that it is, then that's all that it is. And your life won't change, and you won't be any different, and you'll miss the point of finding Messiah. The Torah was not given to us to be a legal code or to be a religious boundary marker. It wasn't given to us to be a cultural shift, and it's not given to Gentiles to make them Jewish. None of those things are correct in our approach to the Torah. The Torah was given to us to reveal the Messiah, to give us an understanding of the very essence, the very makeup, the very being of our Creator. It is He. These are His words. Moshe wrote them down, but they are the words that Moshe received from Yah himself, verbatim, and we read them, and it is Yah speaking to us. Pick up the book, read it again with eyes, heart, and ears open, and simply say, all right, Father, I'm here. Reveal yourself. Let's see what happens. And I hope to see you again tomorrow. Until then, shalom.